Welcome back, everybody, to the late night review. And tonight, I'm really happy to get to one of my favorite movies of all time. Still love it to this day. Have a ton of nostalgia for it. Had the toys for it when I was a kid. Not all the toys, but some of the toys. And I'm talking about the classic Clash of the Titans, the original, with its 1981 Laurence Olivier, Maggie Smith, Neil McCarthy, who played Calibus, and of course, Harry Hamlin, who played Perseus, and Judy Bowker, who played Andromeda. There's so many characters. Pat Roach, I really like Pat Roach. He played Hephaestus. There's so many actors and actresses in here that I'd seen in other movies. Really great actors and actresses, great performances. It just, it's a great movie. I had the toys. I think I got those toys around Christmas time. I think. I'm pretty sure I got them around Christmas time. I was so young. I was born in 77. This movie came out in 1981. So I was really small, I think, when I got the toys, but really loved the movie. Still like it a lot. It's just, it's a classic. Always enjoyed it. And Pat Roach, like I said, he's in here. Uh, Laurence Olivier plays Zeus. Maggie Smith plays Thetis. There's so many good performances in here. It's not just an action adventure movie. It's a great performance by. I mean, there's so many great performances. Laurence Olivier, Harry Hamlin, Judy Bowker, so many. Calibus, played by Neil McCarthy, and I believe Neil McCarthy, I'm pretty sure he had some kind of unfortunately, a neurological condition. I think he had acromegaly, like Andre the Giant, and it caused kind of his face to be a little deformed, and it was tragic. He died just a few years after this movie, just in like 1985. He played Calibus. He did such a good job. He was really a good actor. He had a part in Zulu. There's numerous films that he's been in, and if you saw him, you'd probably recognize those films. And I forgot what you call it, but he died of some neurological disease, and it might have been related to his acromegaly. And it's a tragedy that he died so young. But he did a really good job as Calibus. Really fit the part. Had the profile, had the look, had the voice, and did just a fantastic job as Calibus. Without Calibus, without that character in this movie, it would be less of a movie for sure. He brought so much to this film. I had his toy too when I was younger. I wish I would have kept them all in good condition. Like I said in other videos, one of the reasons I don't have a lot of the toys that I used to have when I was a kid is because I battled them too much. I had them fight each other too much. Their fingers fell off. I had them punch each other and go to, have war and all that stuff since I was a kid. I should have kept him in really good condition. When I was that age, I really didn't understand that, but yeah, just the toys were fun. I think I got them around Christmas time. The score, I like the new one. The new one was good. The great Liam Neeson, he played Zeus in that one. It was a good movie, had some good actors, and but I like the original the best. I do like the original the best. I think the special effects were really good in both movies, but I prefer the special effects. That kind of Ray Harryhausen, those effects, the similar effects into another great movie, Jason and the Argonauts. I really like Jason and the Argonauts. That was really a good film. This one follows suit. It's very similar to that film. Has similar effects, the Ray Harryhausen type effects, and just uh, to me, the special effects were more enjoyable in this one than in the new one. And this one, the original, has something big that the new one doesn't have. The score. The score was so good in the original, so good. I remember it was so popular when it came on TV. It set the mood and the tone so much. I like the story. I like the characters. Pat Roach plays Hephaestus, and I've always liked Pat Roach. He was the wizard, and he played Toth Amon, the wizard, in Conan the Destroyer with the red robe, and then he changed into that monster, fought Conan. he was almost always the big guy that fought Harrison Ford in the Indiana Jones films. He appeared in quite a few of those films, and he fought Indiana Jones. He fought Sean Connery. I think it was in Never Say Never Again, played the big guy with the beard and the gloves and kind of the whiter light gray jumpsuit. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. He was a boxer. When he was younger, he was a boxer, became judo champion and a judo teacher. Later, he became a professional wrestler, wrestled many big names, and he really did good in professional wrestling. They have his matches on YouTube. You can see it. And he just, what an amazing guy he was. And he died, I believe, of throat cancer a number of years ago. And that was really too bad. He was in Auf Wiedersehen Pet, a very popular sitcom in Britain, I believe. And I saw a few episodes of it and I liked it. I wanted to see Pat Roach in that. And I saw some episodes and it was good. And also Maggie Smith is in here. Laurence Olivier and Maggie Smith, they were both in a very good movie called Othello. And Frank Finley was in there. And actually, I thought as great as Laurence Olivier is, and he did a great job as Othello, and Maggie Smith did a really good job as Desdemona, but I think Frank Finley kind of stole the show. He played a really devious guy, honest Lago, and he was the opposite of honest in there, but he did such a convincing job. Frank Finley, I think, kind of stole the show in that movie. That's another movie, but great performances in that. Frank Finley did a really good job as Lago. Clash of the Titans is just a wonderful movie to me. Burgess Meredith is in here. I saw him in the Twilight Zone, and then with the glasses. One Twilight Zone, he got super strong, and then another one, he had the reading glasses, and he survived a nuclear holocaust, and then he could see with his glasses. He loved to read, and then later at the end of this show, his glasses broke and he couldn't see anymore. That was a great one. And then of course Rocky. He played Mickey in Rocky 1, 2, and 3. Of course, he passed away in part 3. I know I'm talking about other movies, but there's so many good actors in here, so many good performances. It's hard not to talk about it. But yeah, this is a great, just a great fantasy movie. Greek mythology. I like Greek mythology a lot. It's very interesting. The characters, the animation, the adventure. They go and they pay Charon, the boatman, to take him across the river. Great special effects to me. I think the special effects, the stop motion, is just fun. Just looks good. I prefer it more to CGI, especially for these types of movies. The Greek mythology takes me back to Jason and the Argonauts and some of the Sinbad movies, and it takes me back to some of the classics. This is a classic. I would say this is a classic. I really like this. I like the art direction. I like the way Mount Olympus looks. I like the background. I like everything about this movie. And to me, it stands up. I think it's a classic. They had toy. It was big when it came out in 1981. It was big. They had toys. Remember, I had the horse Pegasus, had Perseus, Pegasus, and of course Calibus. I'm not sure if they made a toy for Hephaestus or not, but I hope they did. Probably did. He made the owl. He made the owl in there. Bilbo made the owl. And he made the mechanical version, the metal version, not her owl, but the mechanical version. And he was a classic. I did have the owl. Now that I think about it, I had the toy. Everyone in here really did great. And it's one movie I look at with a lot of nostalgia. I've got a whole lot of nostalgia for this movie. And it's been seen by most people. There's a great scene with Medusa, the stop motion in there, and then and she's moving around with her tail and the snakes in her hair, and that's a very interesting scene. Turns people to stone if she looks at them, and they get turned to stone. And that was an interesting, exciting scene. And this just brings back a whole bunch of memories for me. A lot of nostalgia. And to me, it's a classic. I really like this movie a lot. And not too long ago, it was available for free on YouTube. I'm not sure if it still is, but I watched it and just I enjoyed it a lot. And when I was a kid, though, I have to say I probably enjoyed it more because everything was new to me. And then later, got the toys. But I was very young when I saw this, and mostly, I don't think I was taken to the theater to see it. I don't, but I can't remember. I was so young. I know I was taken to see Superman just as a little baby. They told me they took me. A Superman with Christopher Reeve, just born before that movie came out. I was born in 77, and that was released in December of 78 or 9, I think. But I was just a little baby. They took me, and then they took me to the drive-in to see the second one. But it's in that kind of genre in the sense for me of bringing back nostalgia, fantasy, adventure. You know, the superheroes that we talk about, that we look at, it's almost like Greek mythology, but not quite, because that was their religion. They really believed in that thousands of years ago. But so it's different, but they're powerful, they're strong. Always liked those types of movies when I was a kid, and still do. Yeah, but I think when I was a kid, my mind was just blown because everything's new when you're a kid. And this is one of those movies I have a lot of nostalgia for. I think it's a beautiful film, has beautiful score, a beautiful score. The art direction is really good, and some very scary scenes. Calibus's domain is scary and creepy. Had that big vulture that kidnapped Andromeda's spirit, kind of took her soul there, and he talked to her at night, and he loved her and everything, and then but he was cursed by the gods for doing something really bad, and then he was handsome, I think, before, and then changed into Calibus. That's an interesting aspect of the film. I like the magical weapons. The Kraken, I just thought of it. I had the Kraken. I had that toy when I was a kid. They had it. I had the Kraken, and that was an interesting toy. The art direction, the special effects, I think, are really good. I do think they hold up, and they're enjoyable. Whether you think they hold up or not, I think they're enjoyable special effects. The Kraken looks really good in here. I like how the Kraken looks. Just everything. I can't say enough about this film. Most people have seen it, but if you haven't, you're in for a real treat. And I strongly and highly recommend this film, Clash of the Titans, the original 1981. Great cast. Thumbs way, way up. Siskel and Ebert used to say thumbs way up if they like the film, and they like this film. They like Clash of the Titans. I've seen an episode on it with Siskel and Ebert on YouTube. But I love this movie, Clash of the Titans. It's good. It's a feel-good movie, adventure, fun, and I highly recommend it. Please like and subscribe, and share this video, pump it up, hype it up, and hit the thumbs up button, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been the Late Night Review. Good night.